Igbo Area TV on Ndigbo.
Hello viewers, Eastern Security Network is gradually winning the hearts of Ndigbo. Wondering if the military will regain the trust again. Don Ziki 51 says, please hit the subscribe button below and let's go there. The Eastern Security Network is steadily warming itself into the hearts of Ndigbo, making one to wonder if the people would ever put their trust again in the nation's security forces. Ever since the inception of Eastern Security Network in the southeastern region of the country, the acceptance has since grown, and there have been growing concern among some people regards the formation with regards to the rule of law. Well, all know that constitutionally, the military is legally backed by the law to protect her citizens from external aggression. But what we see is that most Nigerians are not interested in supporting the cause of the military, having realized they sometimes compromise their statutory roles and functions in the handling of insecurity in the country. The people have shown support, love, and solidarity to Eastern Security Network than the military these days. And the question should be, and some people are already wondering if the people would ever build their trust again in the army. What do you think? Can the people ever trust the army? You remember in Delta State some while, it was said the security operatives of the country, those ones that they said they are legal, they are even backing the marauders, the invaders to terrorize Delta communities. Amoteku. The people, the Odua People's Congress, OPC, has thrown their weight behind the Southwest Security Network. Yes, Southwest Security Network is called Amoteku. Yes, that's the real name. For its commitment to enhance security in the region. You hear Southwest Security Network. Okay. The one for Easterners is called Eastern Security Network. They are all security network. In a statement by its public secretary, Mr. Yinka Oguntimehi, the group said with recent efforts of the Amoteku in Oyo and Osun states, there are hopes that the security challenges in the region will soon become a thing of the past. Oguntimehi lauded the leaders of the group in 2 states for their commitment towards ending the insecurity, the security scourge. He said, we need to commend the leaders of the group for their commitment to the Southwest. Last year, the Amoteku Corps intercepted 14 Almajiris hiding in a vehicle container in Osun. Could you imagine that? And their recent feat in Ido is also commendable. It is obvious that the Southwest Security outfit has all it takes to flush out the bad elements in the region, he said. He also urged Southeast governors, listen carefully, to back the Eastern Security Network, ESN, so that criminals that fled Southwest will not shift to the eastern part of the country. And that was what I was saying some time ago about vigilantes. Somebody said the vigilantes are okay, there's no need for Eastern Security Network. Then I asked the person, the vigilantes in the state are not, they don't have a central control. They only take care of maybe a community, a local government. What if they chase away these marauders, these infiltrators, these killer headsmen? What if they are chased from one community, for example in Anambra, and they go to the other community? Since the vigilantes are not central, I think we need something central like Eastern Security Network. So when I asked this person, he couldn't even forward any reply. So according to the Amoteku, this guy, he said the Eastern governors should back Eastern security network so that criminals that fled from Southwest will not shift their base to Eastern part of the country. The governors should come up with a lasting approach like that of the Southwest to rid the region of criminals masquerading themselves as headsmen. Now that the Southwest is doing everything that is necessary to rid the region of criminal elements, including killer headsmen and kidnappers, the Southeast remains the next target and destination for destruction. So, according to this guy, it is advisable for the governors of the Southeast to enforce a better approach and modalities for securing the region using the Eastern Security Network. He advised at least the few months Eastern Security, I don't think they are even up to a month. They have been around. There are changes. They have been able to cover certain parts of the Eastern region. Now I'm looking at a material and I would like to know what you think about it. It states what might happen if Southwest and Southeast leaders have a closed door meeting. This was on his Twitter page. He stated that what may likely happen if the Southwest governors and the elders and the Southeast governors and the elders have a closed door meeting. What would they look like? The issue of Sunday Igbo's attack on the headers in Oyo has been making waves, and a lot of people are giving their thoughts and ideas on how to solve the issues of this terrorism by these people. Now, a man, like I said, took to his Twitter handle at Oloye to state that if the governors and the leaders from Southwest and Southeast can decide to have a closed-door meeting, the tone at Aso Rock will definitely change. He stated that they do not have to discuss anything or even have an agenda. Just a closed-door meeting, and the presidency will make better decisions. It will send a kind of signals. There will be some kind of fears. Even if they don't say anything in the meeting, let them just come together. You see, Aso Rock will begin to reason fine. Aso Rock will want to proffer solutions to ending this herdsmen menace. He said, better decisions will be made by the presidency. One meeting of all Southeast and Southwest governors and traditional rulers, things might change because of the signals it will send. He said they don't even have to discuss anything. Just say it is a closed-door meeting and come out 2 hours later. The tone will change at Aso Rock. And what this man said really caused some reaction, generated a lot of reactions on Twitter. Some people thought the meeting would not make any progress. And some think, this will send great signal. What do you think? Holding such a meeting, it might be without any agenda, but closed-door meeting, not allowing the press. But it will be hard that the Southwest leaders and the Southeast leaders met. And it is concerning, let's say it is concerning the insecurity in the South. What do you think? Do you think it will send shivers throughout the nation? Or do you think, it will just pass for nothing? Add your comment, tell us what you think. It seems today we are discussing security situation around Southwest and Southeast. Were you there when I discussed with Buhari? These were the hot exchange of words by royal fathers in Southwest. There was an unfriendly exchange of words. That was on Friday morning between the Oba Akinyemi and Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye. According to Oba Adeyeye, the Oni of Ife, has sold out his people over oil blocks in an interview. That reminds me also of the former Oni of Ife, Oba Sejuade, something. After meeting with Abacha and co during the Dia coup saga, the trial, he came out saying, oh, they were guilty. But one question to ask this man: where was Bameyi, who sold the coup idea to them, to Dia? He didn't consider all those things. He just came out and he said his brothers, his Yoruba brothers, were guilty as charged. Bameyi was moving about, yet Bameyi was the one who sold the coup idea to Dia. But this, the traditional ruler, the Oni of Ife then, Sijuade said, the Dias were charged as, they are guilty as charged. Where was Bameyi? Where is Bameyi? So the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeye Ogunwusi, Ojaja 2, and Eselu of Iselu land, Yewa North local government area, Ogun State, Oba Akintude Akinyemi, were engaged in hot exchanges of words over herdsmen reported attacks in several villages in Ogun State. This was as a result of the attacks of herdsmen on residents of Yewa Ketu speaking villages, which happened to be the Oba Akintunde's domain. So after which Oba Akintunde granted an interview, there was an interview, you saw that interview on BBC Pidgin. After he pledged his support towards Chief Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho, who had recently visited the monarch. You saw the interview. So, which other traditional rulers from our zone went to Abuja? They only questioned him. They only went to Abuja, yeah. They only went on to say, we all need to be careful not to be saying things that we are not there physically. Oba Akinyemi was accusing him of receiving oil well and selling his people. Now, he said, Oba Akinyemi should not say things he didn't know because he wasn't there. Oni of Ife was telling him. So let's read that again. He said, which other traditional rulers from our zone went to Abuja? Oni questioned, then Oni went further. We all need to be careful not to say things that we are not there physically. Now, Oba Akinyemi replied. His reply was, good morning, Kabiyesi. Your Imperial Majesty, Kabiyesi, I hold you in high esteem, and God and our ancestors know that. I don't expect you to attack me in this manner. My expectations are for you to sympathize with me as one of your Obas and also your people in Yoruba land that were killed like goats by the Fulani strangers in your land. That's the headers. Kabiyesi, you occupy the cradle of Yoruba land, and I expect you to extend hands of fellowship to all of us. In a nutshell, Kabiyesi, you need to do more. And you owe me a delegation to come to us so they can report back to you how your children are being treated like slaves in Iselu. Now, the Oni, in a further reply, stated that his visit to President Muhammadu Buhari was to disrupt certain plans of retribution against Sunday Igboho, certain plans to hold, to arrest, to pick up Sunday Igboho due to his vigilante campaigns in Southwest. You know Sunday Igboho, all of you know Sunday Igboho, the new guy that has been instrumental in ousting the headers. According to Oni of Ife, he said, I am the only one that went due to a COVID-19 restriction. That's went to see Aso Rock. Hear what you said now. Diplomacy is way better to resolve things than war, because even after the war that we all don't pray for, you will still sit down to talk. However, due to these verbal exchanges, there were reactions on social media which we can't share here, and we don't need to, on what many felt about the situation. But we'd like you to kindly add your comment, tell us your own opinion. What do you think on all about all the stories we shared with you today? Your comments are welcome, please. Good comments, no cussing. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Also click on the bell icon to get our update anytime it lands. Azuka OJ signs out.
Thanks for watching Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Like our Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now.